All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash. Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach on the scriptures. And salutations to all the brothers out there who push the word in all truth and in all sincerity. And, just bear with us. If you hear my son, he's with us right now. And, but pretty much, the elder brother Lahab came to, my house all through the spirit. Pretty much this is, impromptu. Nothing's really planned. The brother wanted to bring out, 2nd Ezra 6 and 7, you said? And we're just going to go from there, all right? We're going to let the spirit, flow in us. Hey, what does it say in the scripture? Spirit's like the wind, pretty much, all right? And the spirit's going to take us wherever it wants us, to go. So, Lord willing, this is going to be edifying.
That's right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the pardon asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? So it's telling you what's going to be the time of the end of the world. What's going to be the time. What's going to be a great sign that's going to be the end of a wicked rule and the shift of power, where we get to come back into power and rule forever, man, under righteousness. And this is what the angel said unto Ezra. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. So, you've heard the scripture. It's really a milk scripture, and it's simple. If that was symbolic, when Jacob and Esau were coming out of Rachel's womb, Rebecca's womb, it was symbolic of some of those that are first shall be last, and some of them that are last shall be first. That whole breakdown of Esau's rule and him being pulled down, man. It says, for Esau is the end of the world. So we know that Esau Edom is still around. Prior to what you might hear from scholars, and even scholars say that Edom was prophesied with a great future judgment, and promised no mercy like that's all or any other nations, but that was going to be a great future judgment. So you got scholars that even say that. But just to put it plainly, the scripture said, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So we're going to have an eternal rule, man. And that's what we're coming into, man. I was just watching the elder brothers in Dallas, going into the fact that the veil is rent. Well, that's a part of that immortality and that eternity that we're entering into, man. To be like Yahweh, man. To be like Yahweh or Yahweh Shai.
That's right. And I got this. Can you get 2nd Ezra or Sirach, the 10th chapter? I think it's like 10 and 6. But let me get this. This is Psalms 75 and 5. It says, lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. And you see, that's what's happening. All right, we're getting into the transferring of kingdoms right now. We're in that phase, okay? Things haven't been fully given to us, but we're starting to see that shift, okay? That's why, as it says in Deuteronomy 30 and 7, talks about all those curses and plagues are going to be put onto your enemies. We're seeing that right now. We see, more homeless Edomites. You see Edomites, they're having, marital problems. A lot of them are, losing jobs.
They say that they starting to feel like niggas.
Yeah.
That was actually in this movie I saw with my wife. It was called Bayou Caviar. It's a bugged out movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. And it's that one chick from X-Men. She played Jean Grey. I don't know her name. But she was sitting next to Cuba Gooding, and she was basically like, she said that I just feel like, because like she was going through hell. And she's like, she said nigga, however, niggas get all crazy over the N-word. Doesn't matter. But she was like, I basically feel like the nigga. And it's like, my wife was like, oh, he should have been offended at that. It's like, but either way, the point of what she was saying was that Esau's starting to go through shit, because from where it said in the book of Psalms, the 73rd chapter, it says they are not in trouble as other men. Well, now they're starting to be in trouble as other men. You know, they did. At one point in time, Esau was walking around this place like a god in the garden, man. And he still has some of that power. But this man was untouchable. You know? It was just like when we talk about them with the Greek Empire or them with the Roman Empire, where it says that the earth was quiet before them, man. Esau was untouchable.
Yep.
Now he's getting touched.
Yep. The hedge is slowly getting pulled from him. All right. The hedge of protection. All right. There's openings now. You know, he's getting a jab, you know, to the gut. You know, a little hook shot to the gut, a little jab to the face. You know, he's starting to feel it. He's getting weary now. All right. And it's ultimately Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai that's doing this. Okay. Can you get that Sirach, Baba Kusha? Man, go sit down. Oh wow.
This is Ecclesiastes, book of Sirach out of the Apocrypha, 10 verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Yep. And that's why this kingdom is falling apart, all right? And we know that Esau's kingdom is what? Built on rape, robbery, murder? Because it says here in what? John 10 and 10. Let's just get that basic milk scripture. What is that? John 10 and 10. It says, the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and to destroy. And that's what Esau's done, all right? And all he does is steal your goods, your natural resources. You know, he kills you. He destroys life, man. Okay.
He sets up laws for people that are like him.
Yep. You know. This guy, hey, he's that red horse, man. He was to take peace from the earth. You know, so with that being said, as the scripture said in that Sirach, it talked about how, you know, the kingdom's going to be translated because of what? Unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gone by deceit. This is why his kingdom's falling apart. This is why it's getting transferred unto us right now, you know? Because even on a carnal level, right, you see a lot of Jakes, you know, coming up. You know, a lot of them are getting positions of power. A lot of them are actually starting to become successful business owners, okay? Hey, if you looked in time, you know, the past times, you know, like the 60s, 70s, 80s, you didn't really see Jake having, you know, good, you know, positions. You didn't see them having businesses like that. Now they have these things. And that's because the Lord is slowly shifting things. Okay? That's just a small level. But really, you know, what are the true riches? There's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay? And that's why that's why this kingdom is actually really falling apart, because the elect is getting sealed right now. Because what does it say? That wisdom bringeth forth the kingdom? What is that? Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter? So hey, the remnant is returning back unto the Lord, and that's why this place is collapsing. You know, because what does it say? The kingdom of heaven is within you. The reason why the Lord said it is because the Lord was he was mentioning the wisdom. Okay, it doesn't things start off spiritually first, then physically. Okay, it doesn't start off, you know, carnally speaking. Everything starts off in the spirit realm. Then it turns and manifests physically, okay? All right? You got a scripture, Ak?
What's that scripture where it says the tabernacle of the Lord is with men?
What is that? The Revelation? I think it's Revelation, if that's the right one.
Oh, I got it. This is Revelation chapter 21. I just want to get the first 3 verses. It says in verse 1, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, meaning a new rulership, new dominion, a new kingdom. So after this kingdom is going to come another kingdom. Mm-hmm. And that's what the scripture is saying time and time again. First heaven and the first earth will pass away. And that's how you know it's on earth, you know. And it says, and there was no more sea. Meaning those people that were from the beginning that were with that kingdom, that stood for that kingdom, you know, being Esau's kingdom, they're all going to perish. And it says, and I, John, saw the holy city. Meaning he saw the people, the new city, the new citizens in the chariots. You know, that's the new rulership, man. And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem. So it's just a refreshed version of Jerusalem of what was in the former time. Prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Meaning, you know, they're about to be joined in holy matrimony, never to depart, because that's what marriage is. Once you get with Once a woman gets with a man or a man gets with a woman, that means that they're together forever. And it's going to always be that way. So this proves that our kingdom is going to be eternal, man. You know, because what does it say that a woman is married to her husband as long as he liveth? Well, our husband's never going to die, so neither are we. It says, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men. You know, that's the glory. That's going to be the glory. That's us walking in righteousness on earth, man. You know, the power and the body of the Lord was with men, because we're going to be those people walking around being godly and pure righteousness, not making an inkling of a mistake, because, you know, like it says, the tabernacle and the glory of Yahweh Shemi Shai is going to be with men at that time, man. Mm-hmm. You know, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. Because so, like the brother was saying, right now, it's a spiritual practice. You know, we're spiritually building the temple. You know, and that ark, the Ark of the Covenant, man, which is of course, man, that's this truth with Yahweh Shai, man. You know, that's us meeting with the mediator to be a part of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, it says, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their God. And that's talking about a forever thing. You know? And we're coming to the end of it playing out spiritually, and it's about to play out in the flesh, man. You know? That's pretty much it.
Say that last part you said, Salaki.
This is about to play out in the flesh now.
Yeah. Con. That's right, man. Eventually, this kingdom is going to be translated. All kingdoms are translated, all riches. All right, goes from one people onto another. And eventually it's going to come to us. Hey, look, it said in the Genesis, the 27th chapter, that we're going to have the fatness of the earth. Because it talked about Esau. We always bring that out about Esau. But when you read up above, it talks about this in the book of Genesis.
I got one for you real quick.
Come on.
This is Micah 4:13. Slucky. It says, arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion. For I will make thine horn iron, and I will make thy hoofs brass. And this is us conquering, man. You know, until the Lord comes in and takes down these nations. And thou shalt beat in pieces many people. And of course, the Lord is also going to give us a hand of the vengeance. It says, and I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord Yahweh, and their substance unto the Lord of the whole earth. So that's us getting the whole earth, man. And honoring our God for doing it, man. That's us getting this entire earth and ruling as a kingdom and gathered together. No schisms, no disagreements, all on one accord, man.
Yep. Can I get this one out? Because I was mentioning that Genesis 27. This is Genesis 27. And I'm going to start at 27. All right. And this is going into Isaac, how he's giving the blessing to Jacob, right? And it says in Genesis 27 and 27, and he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him and said, see, the smell of my son is the smell of the field which the Lord Yahweh had blessed. And, basically, if you don't know why this was being said, is because basically Isaac thought that Jacob was Esau. Because Esau was what? A man of the field, as the scriptures talk about. All right? It talks about how he's a cunning hunter. Okay? And so pretty much he was getting supplanted. Isaac really thought that was Esau, but it was really Jacob, right? And it says here, therefore, the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. And this is basically talking about how we're going to have the dominion over the natural resources, okay? And it says, let people serve thee and nations bow down to thee, okay? You see, we're going to have the nations bow down to us, all right? And this never happened before. This didn't occur. We didn't have the fatness of the earth. We didn't have the nations bow down to us. Okay? We were what? At war with these nations. The only time we had peace, right, was during the time of what? King Solomon. Yeah. But
40 years.
It was only 40 years. And then on top of that, King Solomon didn't have the dominion of the whole earth, though. That's how you know that prophecy wasn't fulfilled as of yet.
I got a scripture.
There's a little bit more, unless that's an emergency.
No.
It says, be Lord over thy brethren. Okay, and when was Esau basically under our subjection like that, A little bit during the time of King David, but, we didn't have them in like that full, hardcore subjection like that, We're going to. It's coming. All right. Hey, what does it say? The elder shall serve the younger. Esau came out first. So he will serve, man. Okay? And it says, be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. All right? But that's, pretty much it. How, that goes into our kingdom, that everlasting kingdom. Spoken about in the book of what? Daniel, what chapter is that? The second? Is it the second chapter?
Yeah, it says, there should be no end to your kingdom. No, it should not be left to others.
Yep. Talks about a world without end. All right. There's just a couple scriptures. That's in Isaiah, the world without end.
Oh, it's many. You still got some more?
No, that was it on there.
Yeah, because this is going to go into this. This is 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 11. And as it since that the time that I have commanded judges to be over my people Israel, and have caused thee to rest from all thine enemies, also the Lord Yahweh telleth thee that he will make thee an house. This is the Lord's tabernacle, man. That, and it starts with who? Yahweh Shai. Because King Solomon during this time, this is being spoken of to King David on what his son would do, who is King Solomon. And it also breaks down that his son is Yahweh Shai. But that whole building was based off the structure of Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai built that entire thing, man. He had it orchestrated to be built a certain exact way, and he was building it for what? The Ark of the Covenant, man. So like King David said, he said that he wishes the Lord. He was growing within himself that they didn't have a place for the Ark of the Covenant to rest. So that it would be, in a good place and safe. But he says, and when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set thy seed after thee. So like I will set up thy seed after thee, and which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. So that's this everlasting dominion. Because when something's established, you can't remove it. It's not supposed to be removed. It says, he shall build an house for my people, for my name. Which shows you that that's the spiritual house first, because as the scripture says we have no continuous city. But you can't take this knowledge from us, man. Since the Lord opened this up, there's no turning back now. So, with the spiritual house, it's already established. You can't take it away. But now we're coming into the physical of these words, to where all our dwelling place, which is all our houses, is going to be everything. Is going to be the kingdom. And you can't take that away from us, since we have this knowledge. It says, he shall build an house for my name, and that the spiritual house that Yahweh Shai, who is King Solomon, Shalamah, has built now, is the prophets, bringing out this truth, man, and telling you how you're supposed to be. It says, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. So that's actually a promise from the Lord, man. And all those covenants that the Lord and the promises that he made were renewed once Yahweh Shai went up and he died on that cross, man. He refreshed everything. He refreshed it. So now we're about to receive an everlasting kingdom where Yahweh Shai reigns and dwells forever. And it says, I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men, which that goes to show you that he was Yahweh Shai, because that never happened to King Solomon. And with the stripes of the children of men. Right, because King Solomon sinned, but he never got his ass beat by a bunch of other nations or even of his nation, man. He went and he slept with his fathers, as the scriptures say. So that proves reincarnation, man. And it proves that the Most High isn't a liar. Because it literally says that these died, not having received the promise, man. And the Lord made a promise. The Lord made a promise that he was going to set up the seed of Abraham after him, as well as he made the same promise to Isaac and unto Jacob, and unto the rest of the progenitors of our race, man. That we was going to have a kingdom that's going to dwell forever. But to do that, we had to go through all this shit. The Lord was still, he was testing to see if we could do it on that end, even though it was a error fail analysis. It was basically designed to fail so that the Lord could do this, in which you got a lot of Old Testament cats that get caught up in that don't understand that. But the spirit world is not where we're going to dwell forever in righteousness, because it says there's no rejoicing of the Most High in the grave. So that shows you that it's going to be on earth and it's going to be forever.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You know, I don't really got anything else. But do you got anything, Ak?
No, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so, hey, like I said, this was just a quick impromptu. We hope this was edifying. Hey, excuse me, that transferring of, the kingdoms is coming.
Yep.
Hey, brothers, just be, diligent, faithful, keep laboring. Keep being a brother and just, wait. Hey, let the Lord work his, mighty work. Okay? Hey, the Lord is, working. Hey, he's doing great things right now. We just got to, basically just fall back, play our role and let things play out. That's pretty much it, And with that, hopefully this was edifying. And with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash. Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to all you brothers out there. Shalom and a Bible ball.